Welcome, dear traveler, to the timeless vault. Nazgûl, the dark and terrifying servants of Sauron, were once mighty kings of men, corrupted by the power of the Rings of Power and transformed into the fearsome Ringwraiths. Join us as we uncover their origins, powers, and their relentless pursuit of the One Ring. This dark story of the Nazgûl begins with the forging of the Rings of Power. Sauron, disguised as Anatar, gave his knowledge and guidance to the elven smiths of Eregion, who forged 19 Rings of Power, 3 for the elves, 7 for the dwarves, and 9 for men. Chief among these smiths was Celebrimbor, an elven prince of the Noldor, born in Valinor, the Undying Lands. He was the grandson of Feanor, the greatest elven smith, and the creator of the Silmarils, making Celebrimbor part of a lineage renowned for their craftsmanship and artistry. Unlike his grandfather, Celebrimbor sought to use his skills for the betterment of Middle-earth, free from the curse of the Silmarils. The elves wanted so desperately to ward off the decays of time, they were willing to believe in Anatar's proposition. These rings were designed to grant their bearers great power and influence. However, unbeknownst to the elves, Sauron had a much darker plan. He returned to the land of Mordor, to the volcanic Mount Doom, where he began the secret creation of the One Ring. The One Ring was designed to dominate and control the other Rings of Power and their bearers. As soon as Sauron put on the One Ring, the elves sensed his treachery and removed their rings, preventing him from enslaving them. However, the dwarves and men were not so fortunate. The dwarves proved resistant to complete control but suffered increased greed and discord that sowed distrust and strife within the dwarven strongholds. The men, on the other hand, were easily corrupted. Their physical forms faded, and they became shadows of their former selves, visible only as cloaked figures with piercing cries that spread terror, eventually transforming into the Nazgûl. They were granted immense power and commanded armies in Sauron's name, becoming his most feared servants. During the War of the Ring, the Nazgûl were tasked with finding and retrieving the One Ring, which had been lost for millennia, leading them to relentlessly pursue Frodo Baggins, who had found it. Their leader, the Witch King of Angmar, was a formidable adversary who led Sauron's forces in the Battle of Pelennor Fields, led the Nazgûl to the Shire in hope of capturing Frodo. The Nazgûl's presence was often marked by a chilling aura of fear and despair, making them nearly unstoppable until their master's power was broken. The downfall of the Nazgûl came with the destruction of the One Ring. As Frodo, Sam, and Gollum's journey reached its climax at Mount Doom, the ring was destroyed, leading to the ultimate defeat of Sauron. Without the power of the One Ring, the Nazgûl were also destroyed, their existence tied to the dark power that had sustained them. The fall of the Nazgûl marked the end of Sauron's dominion over Middle-earth and the beginning of a new era of peace. That concludes our journey. Until next time, stay vigilant against the forces of darkness. The vault is now closed.